The tennis warrior is ready for his one last battle. Rafael Nadal, a 22-time Grand Slam champion, is set to call it a day after the Davis Cup finals in November this year. For more than 2 decades, Nadal put his body on the line for every single point, even at the cost of sustaining multiple bruises. And yet, more often than not, he managed to win like a true champion. However, the wear and tear finally reached a level where the 38-year-old Spaniard, who is also the father of a 2-year-old kid, had to make the decision and listen to his body. When Nadal burst onto the scene, the tennis world had already moved on from the Sampras's and the Agassi's. A new star in Roger Federer was already on the rise. With his immaculate footwork and pristine shot making, the Swiss maestro was destined to be a future great. How he found his toughest rival in the maverick from Mallorca is one of the greatest storylines in the history of the sport. Nadal offered something which many of Federer's rivals didn't, and that is why the Federer rivalry is so iconic. I mean, who can forget the 2008 Wimbledon final under the fading light at the All England Club where Nadal won 9-7 in the 5th set. Now, adding more to this, the introduction of Novak Djokovic, who has outdone Federer and Nadal both statistically and technically, just made it more beautiful. And that is why we have the Big Three era. Of course, if one is talking about Nadal, it is impossible not to mention the clay factor. The proof of Nadal's biggest success stands at Roland Garros in Paris, a steel statue of the Spaniard himself. From 2005 to 2024, Nadal won the clay major a record 14 times. No one in the history of the sport has dominated a single Grand Slam like this. I mean, he is the undisputed king of clay. Now, there is a quote on court Philippe Chatrier at Roland Garros. Roland Garros is named after a French aviator who gave this famous quote, "Victory belongs to the most tenacious." Whenever Nadal stepped on that court, the French crowd knew that they were in for an unforgettable show because Nadal was the epitome of perseverance and tenacity for more than 2 decades. The last 2 years have not gone according to the script for Nadal. The injuries made it tougher for the champion to catch up with the next generation of the Alcarazes and the Sinners. When he missed the 2023 French Open, which was by the way 13th time he had to miss a Grand Slam due to injury, he had mentioned that 2024 could be his last year. And he wanted to play the tournaments where he felt happy. So this year, wherever he went, be it Barcelona, Rome, Madrid or Paris, the fans came in huge numbers to get a glimpse of the legend. The fact that this was an Olympic year where Nadal participated in Paris, right from being the torchbearer in the opening ceremony to playing doubles with Alcaraz, as well as his 60th and final meeting with Djokovic, it was an added bonus and an absolute treat for the sports fans. 20 years after helping Spain win the Davis Cup by beating USA in the final, where Nadal beat Andy Roddick, the Spaniard will be back to play for his country one last time. It will be the one last dance. In 2004, he was a promising prospect. In 2024, the world will witness the farewell of a living legend. Gracias, Rafa.